this lesson, we'll take a quick look at the role of the acoustic guitar as a band instrument. Of course, all the guitar playing roles that we're discussing cross over to some degree. And in many of the bands that I've played in, the acoustic guitar was simply the weapon of choice for the frontman or frontwoman. Especially in country and folk-based bands, it's not uncommon for a solo singer-guitarist to form a band around them once they begin to command the sort of size of audience that can feed all the extra mouths. As a rule, the larger a band gets, the less each member of the band has to play. So, as a solo player, you might have played something like this. Making sure that the bass line is kept nice and strong and the chords are filled out behind the vocals. If you then hire a bass player, a drummer, an electric guitarist and a keyboard player to share the stage with you, you can afford to back off on your playing and thin it out a little. So you'd be more likely to play the same song something like this. Over the last 20 years or so, there have been a massive range of improvements in the technology behind amplifying the acoustic guitar. And this has had quite an influence on what the acoustic may now be expected to do in a modern band. So, whereas the acoustic's role used to be somewhat limited, the rhythm guitarist occasionally switching to it for some of the more quieter numbers in the set to provide a bit of contrast. These days, it's far more common that the acoustic is the main rhythm instrument in the band. But actually, from the days of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, all the way up to modern bands like Mumford & Sons, we can listen to a range of bands where the acoustic guitar is the main rhythmic contributor to the texture of the music. And I think this is the key to understanding how to approach using the acoustic guitar as the main rhythm instrument in the band. Think in terms of texture. Once you've mastered the art of muting the guitar, you can really drive the rhythm along with high energy strumming like this. Of the spectrum, you might use the finest of fingerpicking patterns to add a nice light touch to, say, a romantic ballad. Different fingerstyle techniques can help you lend a distinctively different cultural flavour to the rhythmic feel of your band. A bit of Spanish flamenco flavour perhaps. Or some South American bossa nova. these applications of acoustic guitar work depend first on laying solid foundations. In this little mini-series of lessons, I just want to give you a brief glimpse of the wonderfully colourful array of possible futures for you and your guitar playing. This is just intended to help you plan your guitar playing journey to take you in the direction that you most feel inspired by. But it's also my attempt to motivate you as you make your way through the physically more difficult early stages of learning guitar and apply yourself diligently to learning to play nice clean chords and making your chord changes lightning fast. Once you have your fretting hand sorted out and have got your strumming hand playing a nice smooth rhythm, then it's time to ask yourself these questions. Do you want to work predominantly with a pick to make this sort of range of sounds? Or do you want to use your fingers to play more like this? Or maybe in the next lesson we'll move on to discuss the role of the electric guitar as rhythm guitar in the band. If you found this little lesson interesting, please click on the like button if there is one, or leave a comment, and do feel free to share the video with your friends. And if you'd like to gain full access to all our guitar teaching materials, please visit the Secret Guitar Teacher site and take a free look around at what's available there. See you again soon.